It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's all up next.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number two, number three, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The rookie fourth rounder out of LSU, Cade York, has this one teed up. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign. Took his game to a new level and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run again with Harris. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Up the middle they go. Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity, they're going to punch it through.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Now Pickett will look to pass it. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Anthony Walker giving that O-line fits. He gets in there to drop him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Pickett. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett now from the gun here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. Buying time to his left. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Room here to run. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
first down, it's Watson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
They go with Chubb on second down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Watson off play action. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime you think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
Now Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this fourth down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now here's another carry for Harris, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pickett to throw on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Pickett. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd and 7, Pickett. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's one of those calls where you play it safe, but you're hoping that maybe something might spring for you because instead of forcing ball downfield on 3rd and long, maybe you can hit them with something underneath, break a tackle or 2, pick up a block, and see what happens. Not here, though. Good job reading the screen, and it sets up 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now it's Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson to the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. To throw is Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep is Gunnar Olszewski. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At their own 17-yard line. Harris will start the drive out. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Pickett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
To the air on first down with Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Pickett right back to the air again.
Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. On the draw, it's Harris. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That is bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Field goal is all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line. Here's Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Olszewski now to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Pickett back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Braden Mann now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Grant on the return. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Watson. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now. The return is Olszewski. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their 25-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there, and also a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10, it's Pickett again. Throw left side, held in by Pickens.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Back to throw. Pickett.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
They'll throw again with Pickett.
And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
I can't imagine we'd see another throw here. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
On first down, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake, and it's Watson.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
That's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it. Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging. A little tapestry, if you will. Oh, I like it. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pickett now on 1st down. Pickens on the slant.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one. And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Pickett.
It's brought in by Harris. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Pickett now from the gun here.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. The return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22.
They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 24. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. That's going to be caught by Pickens. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Now a 2nd down and 6. Now Pickett. He finds his man Johnson. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. This is caught by Robinson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Six yards left on 2nd down. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Pickett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
On the give, this is Harris.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Pickett back to throw.
Forced out to his left. Throw left side taken in by Washington.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Harris. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Pickett.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Najee Harris, the one he was looking for.
And it's 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Pickett. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 22. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb.
Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Alex Highsmith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Bell brings it in across the formation. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Tackled by Jordan Elliott. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 22, Pickett. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd and 7,
Pickett.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18. Here's Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st and 10, Watson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Watson now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 16.
Off play action. Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Second down at 5.
Here's Harris. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
94 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Now here's another carry for Harris.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
On second down, this is Harris.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, it's Warren.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
A pair of first downs gives him a first and 10 up at the 44.
Pickett sets up play action.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40. They run with Harris. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
This is Harris. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
121 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Harris running straight ahead. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Steelers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone. And
now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
Pickett will try to throw for this.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 12. A minute 47 on the clock. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Watson to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away.
Watson's throw complete there to Moore.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here's Watson. Pass complete to Chubb.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Now Watson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw, Watson. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Late game situation, things seem to be unraveling just a little bit, and that's when you start forcing the football, mainly out of necessity. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete, nearly picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watson.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here we go on 4th. Watson It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.